Hello there and welcome. In today's video, I'm gonna be showing this figure of Hefter from IDW Comics. It is based on this design, which didn't really have a lot of appearances, so I had to interpret and adapt a lot of details, but overall I would say I did capture the vibe pretty well and got an overall pretty good looking figure at the end of it. Articulation wise, he does have all the degrees of articulation you would want to put him into interesting poses. The only place I didn't manage to get the articulation I wanted was on the head, as it really only has the swiveling, which is 360 because of the transformation, but I wanted a ball joint, but I couldn't put it there because of the size, because a ball joint here would just be too small and then the print wouldn't work quite as well. So, articulation, the head I already mentioned. The forks can technically move, but I don't think that would really count as articulation. The arm can go to the side. It's not quite 90 degrees. It's almost there, but I wouldn't risk forcing it because then it might break. It turns so that you can articulate it. It technically does have a butterfly joint because of the transformation, but it just kind of looks broken. So use it at your own will. You have a bicep swivel. You have the elbows, which does go a bit more than 90, but not much more than that. Then you have a wrist swivel. While we're on the topic of the hand doesn't have a 5mm port. It just has a 3mm port, so it would be compatible with Cyberverse, the toy line from Transformers Prime and Dark of the Moon, but not really the modern core class figures and Legends class, Legion class, whatever you want to call it. Then going down, we have the waist. You have a waist swivel, partly because of the transformation. The legs can go out, so he can do a full split. They go backwards and forwards. On the back here, you might end up hitting the fork apparatus, but that shouldn't really hinder you from getting natural articulation, since, let's be honest, a human wouldn't really do much more articulation than this normally. And if you really want to, I think you can probably finagle this to get a more natural angle if you want. Then the thigh can swivel. The knee has around 90 degrees, and if you want a bit more, you can go in here. And then this tire, you just push it in a bit, and then you can get a bit more than 90, but not really much more than that. On the foot, you have this joint for transformation that really breaks the foot, but can be useful if you want more angles. Then the foot has an actual ankle that can go backwards like this, so you can put him in more dynamic poses with the foot. And then you have an actual tilt, so he can do a full actual split. Hold on here. A split, he can do like a Green Goblin split or Willem Dafoe split, whatever you want to call it. As for the transformation, we can begin by flipping the forks back, then spinning the head around 180, leaving it like that. Then we're gonna come here to the arms. We're gonna unlock these here from the tires. The tires have like a little hole, and that goes to a peg. Same on the other side. Then we're gonna take the chest. It has a tab here. We're gonna unlock that. Then we're gonna pull the chest out just a bit. It has like a little piece that comes out because I didn't want it to break if you end up pulling it out. And then you're gonna spin the arms up just so they're out of the way. Then you spin this around, spin the whole chest. Then you're gonna push it down back again. And then this tab here is gonna go inside like the black piece there. Okay, so we leave it like this for now. Then we're gonna come here to the abdomen, and this piece already came out, but we're gonna loosen it there. Then loosen the other side. This side is a bit tighter because it has that little tab there. Then we're gonna spin the waist to give us clearance, and then we're gonna pull this piece back, and the same on the other side. Pull it back like this. Okay, so now the fork pieces, we are just gonna put them in this like V formation, just enough so this orange piece has clearance to pass the two screw heads. And then it's gonna come here and just meet up with the head there. Now we can take the fork, turn it around, same on the other side, turn it around. Then we come here to the top of the fork, we're gonna spin this piece here and then turn it down. Same on the other side, spin it, turn it down. There we go. So now there's a hole there. Sometimes maybe the mushroom might come out, but just put it back in there. Then we're gonna connect the two like this to form like the top of the fork assembly. And then we spin this block of the wheels. So it should end up like this. Now we come to the waist, we spin it like this. The mushroom might have pulled it a bit out, and then you can just shove it back in. So we pull the feet down like this. Then we're gonna spin these wheels out. Let me hold it here. Spin here. Spin here. Oops. Make sure you guys can see it. Spin this out, and then we're gonna bring it out like this. Same on the other side. There we go. And then we turn the knees so that they cover. There we go. Cover the thighs. And there we go. Oops. Okay. Then we can just turn the wheels back. There. And there. Okay. They're gonna lock in later. Now we take the arms. We're gonna turn them around. We can lock them in here. There's a hole there where those tabs from before go. Same on this side. Turn this. So now we take the bicep and turn it like this so the elbow is facing back. We turn this panel so it's like this with the arch forward, and then we turn the hand so this covered panel is facing outwards. Now we take the arm. There's this hole here and there's that tab there that you will meet up. So we push it down there. There we go. Same on the other side. Spin it like this. Panel goes out. Hand goes out here. Like this. And then it meets up down there. There we go. And then we're gonna take the foot, and there's this tab on the fake tire and this hole right here, so the two are gonna meet up. There we go. And that should lock in both sides. Keeps the leg in. Let's see. And that should be it. Let me lower the camera so you guys can see it. Hold on. There we go. And then we get this little forklift. It doesn't really roll. These wheels can spin, but they're so thin you don't really get much out of them, and these ones are completely fake, so you're not gonna get much mileage out of them. I thought about adding like those little insert wheels, but I couldn't really be bothered. I didn't think it was like a vital mechanic to have here, so I just left it like this. I hope you guys don't mind it too much. And overall, I think I did manage to capture the forklift vibe. There are a couple of things I'll mention later that I wasn't too happy, like for example these feet and the knees sticking out, but overall I think it still looks like a good forklift. The head is decently hidden. I wish it could be more hidden than this, but well, what can you do? And so now let's go to the transformation backwards. So we're gonna take the foot out here. We're gonna pull the arms out on the other side. Then we're gonna open up the wheels here. And we're gonna pull the legs back, pull the other leg back. There we go. Put this back in. Spin the wheels inside. Spin the wheel inside. Then we're gonna pull the feet back. Pull the feet back. There we go. This piece might come out, but it's better that it comes out and doesn't break than it breaking. Oh, and I just noticed this piece ended up getting stuck there, but that's just a bit of glue that I forgot to put in there. Hold on. I'm sorry. So this piece, I would recommend adding some glue there just to make sure it actually stays in place permanently. I must have not put in enough glue. So we pull out the arms like this. Again, oops, let me take my hands out of the way. We can close this panel, turn the arm like this, twist the hands. Same on this side, close the panel, spin the bicep, spin the hand, and then we turn this whole block around like this. Then we come here, this hole goes into that tab. There we go. Then the wheel. Let me see if I can show you guys. The black doesn't really show up well against the light. So there's that hole there. This tab here locks in there, or it should lock in there. There we go. Same here. There we go. We spin the waist like this. Then we're gonna separate these pieces if they haven't separated already. While you're fiddling, you spin the fork, spin the other fork. You're gonna put it in a V formation just so you can bring down this orange piece, bring it back. Then we're gonna take this blue piece, spin it again to the other side. If the mushroom gets a bit loose, maybe you can tighten it a bit with like polishing, nail polisher, something like that. I didn't make it too tight because it's a small piece. I was worried it might get broken, and it has locking tabs in both situations it is in, so I don't think it would be like a big problem, hopefully. Then we're gonna push it in here. It's gonna come in here. Then it has a hole there on this side that has that tabs in there. Locks in there. This side, same thing as the first one. We're gonna spin it. If it cooperates, goes in there. We spin the waist again. Then we can take the head, spin it around again, bring the forks forward, and that should be it. So we're back in robot mode. And now for some size comparisons. I have here some official products with Power of the Prime's Beachcomber, which is a Legends class figure. Then we have Iron Factory's Leo Zach from their Leo Kaiser. Let me bring it a bit back so he can scale with third-party and official products. If we go a bit further in time, we have the Legends class Bumblebee from Revenge of the Fallen, which is a bit smaller than him. So he's a bit higher, taller than what a Legends class figure would be a couple of years ago. And then comparing to a Scout class figure from that same time, the Revenge of the Fallen line, he's a bit shorter than that. So he really is more on the size of this guy, of the Power of the Prime's Beachcomber. and he should scale with most of those figures and like the core class figures, though I don't have a core class figure to put besides him. Sometimes you just see a design that you need to put into a figure, and it was the case with this guy. Because even though Hefter is like less than a background character, he has maybe one page in the comics, it's a design that I really like. The color scheme being based on Armada's smokescreen, at least as far as I know, really makes him pop in the shelf, especially with my Decepticons, because I usually had a lot of blacks and purples, so the orange and blue really comes through. And him becoming a forklift is just really cool, because as far as I know, we only have two forklift characters: Dirt Boss from Transformers Animated, and that guy from Revenge of the Fallen that I do not remember the name of. Maybe it was Dirt Boss actually. I don't know. But either way, a forklift is a really interesting vehicle that basically no Transformers has. So this guy is a fun addition to my collection. Hopefully it will be one for you guys as well. And it was a project that I ended up taking much longer than I wanted to, because I started it 2 years ago, then got distracted by other projects, came back to it, got distracted again, ended up just getting stuck figuring out what to do with the feet. Eventually I tried turning them into like those gas canisters that forklifts have, but it kind of went away from the Cybertronian aesthetic and even like the character sheet, and I eventually just landed on this way that I did and that you guys saw in the video, where they go on the back, they kind of hide the fake tires, and they can still blend in with the Cybertronian style. It's still clearly like a pair of feet, but it still like looks good, I think. I would hope so. And if you guys liked it, you can check out the project and the files down in the description. There will be a link to all the platforms where I can sell the figure. And if you liked the video, leave a like, subscribe, and share the video. See you next video.